Welcome to the Reality Revolution. Today we're talking about taking responsibility for your reality. It was a warm summer afternoon. I remember it clearly. I'll never forget this day when I first met the man who changed my life forever. I'd heard whispers about a humble mentor living on the outskirts of town, known for his mastery of reality creation. My friend told me, "You have to talk to him." And intrigued yet very skeptical, before I truly believed, I decided to seek him out. I approached his simple, unassuming house. I couldn't help but carry a sense of doubt. What could this man possibly teach me that I hadn't already heard before? I knocked on the door, and a gentle voice invited me in. Stepping inside, I was greeted by his warm smile and kind eyes. He motioned for me to sit with him, and as I settled into the comfortable chair, he began to speak. "The first and most important rule in creating your reality," he said, "is to take responsibility for everything that has happened in your life." I felt a twinge of resistance at these words. Surely there were things beyond my control. I couldn't choose my parents. I couldn't choose my height, the wind, experiences that shaped me without my consent. I voiced my concerns, but he simply smiled and continued. "Even if you've experienced events that seemed out of your control, adopting this mindset gives you the power to change anything in your life. Continually blaming your problems on others, never taking responsibility for what is happening to you, will always take away your power." As I sat there, grappling with these words, I realized how often I had fallen into the trap of just blaming external circumstances for my problems, always looking for an excuse. It was convenient, a way to absolve myself of the hard work of change. But deep down, I knew he was right. Many times I had experienced terrible things, and I had thought about those things. My thoughts had created these things that had happened. My fears became real. Just as Job says in the Bible, "Whatever I have feared has come upon me." So this mentor, who would never want me to give his name, could see that I was struggling. "It's not an easy path," he acknowledged to me, "but it is the only way to true freedom and power." That day marked the beginning of my journey into the metaphysical aspects of thinking, guided by the wisdom of this humble man. He taught me that imagination creates reality before anyone else, before I had read any Neville Goddard or Joseph Murphy, or even seen the movie The Secret. He taught me that everything we experience can be traced back to our own thoughts and beliefs. And as I delved deeper into these concepts, I began to see the world in a new light. No longer was I a victim of circumstance, but a creator of my own destiny. And this is a hard revelation. It's so easy to be the victim. It's so easy to look at the terrible things that have happened in your life and to say, "It wasn't my fault. I had no control over it." I know that each of you that are listening to me now may have gone through traumas, terrible things in your life, and it's been so easy and comforting to say, "Well, it wasn't my fault. I had no control over it." But this episode, I want to share the inspiration that I had from this experience and the guidance that my mentor shared with me. I want to empower you to take responsibility for your reality and unlock your true potential. Taking responsibility for your life is a foundational principle in the art of reality creation, but it is not always an easy path to follow. Many of us find ourselves struggling with the concept of accepting full responsibility for our experiences, thoughts, and actions. One of the most common reasons why people find it difficult to take responsibility is the allure of blaming external factors. When faced with challenges or setbacks, it's so much easier to point the finger at others or circumstances beyond your control. You might blame your parents for your emotional baggage, your boss for your lack of career advancement, your society as a whole for your financial struggles. By shifting the blame to external factors, you temporarily relieve yourself of the burden of accountability, and in doing so, you relinquish your power to create change. Admitting personal responsibility can be an uncomfortable and humbling experience. It requires you to acknowledge your own role in the creation of reality, which can be a bitter pill to swallow. When you take responsibility, you must confront your mistakes, shortcomings, and the consequences of your actions. This process can evoke feelings of guilt, shame, or inadequacy, making it tempting to avoid responsibility altogether. However, it is only by embracing this discomfort that you can begin to learn, grow, and make meaningful changes in your life. From a young age, we're often conditioned by society to adopt a victim mentality. We are taught to seek external validation, to compare ourselves to others, and to believe that our happiness and success are dependent on factors outside of our control. That's what the pendulums want us to believe. That's what the politicians want us to believe. That's what the media wants you to believe. This conditioning can lead to a pervasive sense of helplessness and a belief that we are at the mercy of life circumstances, at the group mind. Breaking free from this mentality requires a conscious effort to reshape your beliefs and to recognize your own inherent power to create change. Taking responsibility for your life often means stepping out of your comfort zone and embracing change. This can be a daunting prospect, as change brings with it a degree of uncertainty and risk. We often end up being stuck in our present circumstances because we've convinced ourselves that we don't have the power to change it. We may fear failure, rejection, or the unknown. However, it is important to remember that change is an essential part of growth, and that the discomfort you experience is often a sign that you're on the right path. Taking responsibility for your life is a challenging but ultimately rewarding endeavor. By understanding the obstacles that stand in your way, you can begin to develop the awareness and courage necessary to overcome them. I can hear some of you saying, well, everything is not my fault. And that may be true. Ultimately, in the end, there may be some truth to that. I do not believe there is. But let's just accept that there may be some truth to that. If you believe even just a little bit that you have no control over your reality, then you are giving away your power and you may not be able to change it. For instance, if I am in an Uber, someone's driving me, and we're in a car accident, it's my fault. I might have thought about this driver having an accident. I might have thought about it in the past. I might have thought about it, just a throwaway thought or something. I take responsibility for it. I remember that thought. Sometimes we forget what thoughts we had that create the reality that we're in. That's one thing that happens, is we forget that we laid the seeds for what is happening to us in whatever situation that we're in. And that's okay. Remember, once you understand this completely, you can change anything. Because if you truly take responsibility for your reality, then you can truly change it in any way that you want. Remember always that the power to transform your life lies within you, and it all begins with taking responsibility for your reality. It is essential for personal growth and the creation of a fulfilling life to take responsibility. And at the core of this lies the connection between responsibility and personal power. Taking responsibility is the key to unlocking your personal power. When you accept that you are the creator of your own reality, you begin to recognize you have the ability to shape your life according to your desires and beliefs. This realization can be incredibly empowering, as it shifts your focus from external factors to your own internal state of being. By taking responsibility, you assert control over your thoughts, emotions, and actions. You no longer allow yourself to be a victim of circumstance, but instead you become the architect of your own destiny. This shift in mindset enables you to make conscious choices that align with your goals and values rather than being swept away by the currents of life. When you embrace responsibility, you embrace power. You cultivate a sense of agency and self-efficacy. You begin to trust in your ability to overcome challenges, learn from setbacks, and create meaningful change in your life. This trust in yourself is the foundation of personal power, as it allows you to approach life with confidence, resilience, and a willingness to take action. Moreover, taking responsibility empowers you to break free from the limitations imposed by a victim mentality. When you stop blaming others or external circumstances for your problems, you reclaim the power to solve them. You shift your energy from complaining and feeling helpless to actively seeking solutions and creating opportunities for growth. While the allure of blaming others can be tempting, it ultimately robs you of your personal power. As Neville Goddard explained in his lecture, "No One to Change But Self," it was much easier living when I could blame society for my ills or point a finger across the sea and blame another nation. It was easier when I could blame the weather for the way I feel. But to tell me that I am the cause of all that happens to me, that I am forever molding my world in harmony with my inner nature, that is more than man is willing to accept. If this is true, to whom would I go? If these are the words of eternal life, I must return to them even though they seem so difficult to digest. When you consistently attribute your problems or failures to external factors, you give away your ability to influence your own life. You become a passive observer waiting for others to change or for circumstances to improve rather than taking proactive steps to create the life you desire. Blame the economy, blame your parents, blame the city that you're in, blame your gender, blame your age. Whatever you're blaming is wrong. Blaming others also fosters a sense of resentment and bitterness. As you focus on the perceived shortcomings of those around you, this negative energy can seep into your relationships, your work, and your overall well-being, creating a cycle of frustration and disempowerment. Furthermore, when you fail to take responsibility, you miss out on valuable opportunities for learning and growth. Every challenge and setback holds within it the potential for personal development. But this potential can only be realized when you take ownership of your experiences. By blaming others, you deny yourself the chance to learn from your mistakes, develop new skills, and cultivate greater self-awareness. Throughout history, there have been countless examples of individuals who have embraced responsibility and in doing so have achieved extraordinary things. Take, for instance, the story of Mahatma Gandhi, who took responsibility for the freedom and well-being of an entire nation. Through his unwavering commitment to nonviolence and personal accountability, he inspired millions of people to take a stand against oppression and injustice. In the realm of personal development, we can look to the example of Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor who, despite enduring unimaginable suffering, maintained his sense of responsibility and purpose. In his influential book, Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl asserts that even in the most dire circumstances, we have the freedom to choose our response and to find meaning in our experiences. These experiences demonstrate that taking responsibility is not about blame or self-criticism, but rather about empowerment and the ability to create change. When we embrace responsibility, we tap into our inner strength and resilience, enabling us to overcome adversity and shape our lives in accordance with our deepest values and aspirations. At the heart of the metaphysical foundation lies the principle that our imagination is the key to creating our reality. This idea suggests that thoughts, images, and beliefs that we hold in our minds have a direct impact on the world we experience. In essence, our imagination is the canvas upon which we paint the picture of our lives. This concept can be traced back to ancient spiritual and philosophical traditions, which have long recognized the power of the mind in shaping reality. In more recent times, this idea has been explored by various fields, including quantum physics, psychology, and personal development, including incredible authors and speakers like Neville Goddard and Joseph Murphy, including the incredible documentary The Secret. The basic premise is that our thoughts and beliefs emit a frequency or vibration that attracts experiences and circumstances that match that frequency. And yes, I say this every day on my podcast, But I never know when somebody might be listening for the first time, so I'm saying this as if I'm saying it for the first time. So in other words, what we focus on and believe in, we tend to manifest in our lives. So our present experiences are not only influenced by our present thoughts and beliefs, but also by those we've held in the past. The subconscious mind is a vast reservoir of beliefs and memories and patterns, and we're essentially walking through our past beliefs that we've accumulated throughout our lives. These beliefs and patterns can have a profound impact on our current reality, even if we're not consciously aware of them. If we grew up believing that we were not good enough or that success was difficult to achieve, these beliefs may continue to influence our thoughts and actions in adulthood, even if we have consciously tried to change them. These deeply ingrained beliefs can create self-limiting patterns and sabotage our efforts to create the life we desire. The good news is that by becoming aware of these past beliefs and patterns, we can begin to transform them. Through techniques such as introspection, mindfulness, and reprogramming our subconscious mind, we can gradually replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones, thereby reshaping our reality. Our beliefs are not formed in a vacuum, but are heavily influenced by the culture and environment we live in. From the moment we're born, we're exposed to a set of cultural norms, values, and expectations that shape our understanding of the world and our place within it. Family, friends, education, media, and societal institutions all play a role in molding our beliefs and perceptions, but we're the ones that choose those beliefs and perceptions. These influences can be both positive and negative, empowering us with a sense of possibility and purpose, or limiting us with narrow and restrictive beliefs. So it's important to recognize that while our culture and environment have a significant impact on our beliefs, we are not powerless against them. By developing a self-awareness, a neutral observation of our own beliefs, with critical thinking skills, we can begin to question and evaluate the beliefs we have inherited, keeping those that serve us and discarding those that do not. Moreover, as we take responsibility for our own beliefs and reality, we can begin to shape our environment and contribute to a culture that supports growth, empowerment, and positive change. The metaphysical foundation of reality creation rests upon the idea that our imagination, past thoughts, and beliefs shape our current experiences. By understanding the role of culture and environment and influencing our beliefs, we can take a conscious step to align our thoughts and beliefs with the reality we wish to create. All I'm asking you to do is become aware of this. Do not use your culture and your environment as an excuse. We all have an excuse. We've all been given bad beliefs, bad experiences, and it's just a choice that you're making. You take responsibility for your reality. It is crucial to address one of the most significant obstacles to personal empowerment, and that's victim mentality. Victim mentality is a pervasive mindset that can be deeply ingrained in your psyche. It is characterized by a belief that you're powerless in the face of life's challenges, and that external factors are responsible for your circumstances. People with a victim mentality feel that they're at the mercy of others, the fate, or the universe, and they have little control over their own lives. Some common signs of victim mentality include consistently blaming others for one's problems or failures, feeling powerless to change your circumstances, focusing on the negative aspects of a situation while ignoring the potential solutions, seeking sympathy or validation from others rather than taking action, believing that one's happiness and success are dependent on external factors. Sometimes we're rewarded for acting like the victim. You receive love from people that recognize what you've been through, and you start to enjoy this love so much that you want it more. You become addicted to it, and so your only choice is to become more of a victim. So this shift from victim to creator mentality is a profound transformation that can have far-reaching effects on every aspect of your life. When you embrace a creator mindset, you take ownership of your experiences and recognize that you have the power to shape your reality through your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Some of the key benefits of adopting a creator mindset include increased self-confidence and self-esteem, greater resilience, improved problem-solving skills, enhanced relationships, and a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. By shifting your focus from external factors to your inner power, you open yourself up to a world of possibility and potential. Developing a responsible and empowered mindset is a process that requires consistent effort and practice. So there's some techniques you can use. Mindfulness, reframe any challenges that you face as an opportunity, focusing on solutions rather than problems, cultivating gratitude, and surrounding yourself with positive influences. By incorporating these kind of techniques into your life, you gradually shift your mindset from one of victimhood to one of empowerment and responsibility. You can apply this idea of taking responsibility to every area of your life, from relationships to health to career and finances. You can say, relationships are difficult. I always get hurt in love. I'm unlovable. You will unconsciously create experiences that reinforce those beliefs. On the other hand, if you take responsibility and say, I'm worthy of love, relationships are an opportunity for growth, and I attract loving and supportive partners, you're more likely to manifest a positive, healthy relationship. This happens in money as well. Your thoughts and beliefs about money and success have a significant impact on your financial and professional life. The impact of your thoughts on your career and financial success, your beliefs about money and success, can either limit or expand your potential. If you hold beliefs like money is scarce, I'm not good enough to succeed, or I'll never be financially free, you may unconsciously sabotage your efforts and limit your opportunities. On the other hand, if you cultivate beliefs such as abundance is everywhere, I have unique talents and value to offer, and I'm capable of creating financial freedom, you open yourself up to greater success and prosperity. Overcoming limiting beliefs about money and success is a process of awareness and challenge and replacement. You must become aware of the beliefs that are holding you back and take responsibility for your career and finances. That means being consistent with intentional action toward your goals. This involves setting clear objectives, developing a plan of action, and following through with commitment and discipline. This applies to health and well-being as well. Your physical, mental, and emotional well-being is a direct reflection of the thoughts, beliefs, and habits that you cultivate. The mind and body are intimately connected, with your thoughts and emotions having a direct impact on your physical health. Your beliefs about health and well-being can shape your experience in powerful ways. If you hold beliefs like I'm prone to illness, I have no control over my health, healing is difficult, then you will unconsciously create experiences that reflect these beliefs. However, if you cultivate beliefs such as my body has an innate capacity for healing, and you take responsibility for your healing, you say, I have the power to create vibrant health, or I am deserving of well-being, you can tap into your body's natural healing potential and create a more resilient, vibrant state of health. So many amazing authors, teachers, and thought leaders express the importance of taking responsibility. Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins' mentor, said, you must take responsibility. You cannot change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind, but you can change yourself. That is something you have charge of. Byron Katie said, taking responsibility for your beliefs and judgments gives you the power to change them. John Maxwell says, the greatest day in your life and mine is when we take total responsibility for our attitudes. That's the day we truly grow up. The great Winston Churchill once said, the price of greatness is responsibility. Even Nietzsche said, freedom is the will to be responsible to ourselves. So you must go through a process of identifying and changing limiting beliefs and thoughts. Limiting beliefs and thoughts are deeply ingrained thoughts and ideas that constrain your potential and hinder your ability to create the life you desire. These beliefs often operate beneath the surface of your conscious awareness, shaping your perceptions, decisions, and actions in powerful ways. Limiting beliefs can take many forms and arise from a variety of sources, including childhood experiences and societal conditioning. Some common beliefs are, I'm not good enough, or I don't deserve success, I'm powerless to change my circumstances. We must change these beliefs. These beliefs originate from negative experiences or messages we receive in the past. We then internalize and accept them as truth. For example, if you were criticized or belittled by a parent or teacher, you may develop the belief that you're inherently flawed or unworthy. Similarly, if you experienced hardship or struggle early in life, you may come to believe that life is always difficult and that you're always powerless to change your circumstance. I'm telling you, all of that is wrong. What you've experienced is wrong, and your early childhood beliefs in many cases are wrong. How do you identify these beliefs? Sometimes what I find interesting is that people aren't even aware or capable of identifying their limiting beliefs. So begin to pay attention to your self-talk when you talk to yourself. Observe your emotional responses. Identify recurring patterns. Look for patterns in your life where you seem to be stuck or experiencing the same challenges over and over again. Challenge the validity of the belief. Ask yourself, is this belief absolutely true? Look for evidence that contradicts the limiting belief. Reframe the belief in a more empowering way. Take the limiting belief and turn it around in a more positive way. If you see yourself saying, I'm not good enough, then you might say, I am continuously growing and evolving. Use affirmations and positive self-talk to replace those limiting beliefs with new powerful beliefs that will help empower you. Take action that challenges the belief. Engage in activities or experiences that directly challenge your limiting beliefs. Surround yourself with supportive influences. Seek out people, books, and resources that reinforce your new empowering beliefs. You must reframe challenges and traumas as opportunities for growth. When faced with a challenge, it's easy to fall into a mindset of resistance, frustration, or helplessness. However, by consciously choosing to reframe challenges as opportunities, you open yourself up to new possibilities and solutions. Every challenge, no matter how difficult, contains within it the potential for growth, learning, and transformation. By embracing this perspective, you shift from a state of fear and limitation to one of curiosity, resilience, and empowerment. Even the most painful and traumatic experiences can hold valuable insights. By taking responsibility for finding the lessons in our challenges, we reclaim our power and agency, even in the face of adversity. Yes, there are people that are going to say, oh, I had this terrible childhood abuse that occurred. How can you say that that's my fault? I didn't deserve for that to happen. I was only a child. I know that that is tough. And you may be right. You may be right that you had no control over that. But if you continue to believe that you were the victim, no matter how true it is, then you will never have the power to change your future reality. You will be wallowing in the past without the power to change it. So ask yourself, when you're faced with a difficult experience, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to become stronger, wiser, or more compassionate? In many cases, this can be a springboard or catalyst for you to offer incredible service to others. Profound, loving appreciation and understanding of other people's experiences. What beliefs or patterns from this experience invite you to re-examine or release? And how can you find meaning or purpose in this challenge? Some of the worst things can truly happen to you. And I'm speaking to you too. To those people that have had the most unimaginable traumas, that have seen the most incredibly disgusting and terrible things. Nobody deserves to go through those things. Nobody. And it's easy to say, it's not your fault. You didn't do this. And I know that people out there also, on the other hand, will blame themselves for things and go through incredible frustration, say their father dies, who lives in another country. And they say, it's all my fault. I wasn't there for them. Okay, I'm talking about your personal life and your own reality. Everybody chooses to go on to the next life on their own. I'm talking about empowering beliefs that give you the power to change this. Some of these things that we have to accept are going to be difficult, like difficult food that you have to digest. And yes, some things that happen will be difficult. Neville Goddard tells stories of some people that use the power of the imagination. For instance, somebody said they wanted to get rid of the neighbors next door. These kids were being loud, and somebody imagined the kids going, and then the kids had a car accident and they were gone. And they went to Neville and said, "This is terrible. I can't believe this happened." Neville even reassured them. There's a much bigger thing that's going on here. I'm trying to get you to that point where you can take back your reality. Because if you can get to that point, no matter how terrible it has been, then you can change it all. And there's a concept that Neville talks about called revision. You can go back and you can revise those past experiences. When you're that powerful, when you enter into your full God power, anything that's happened to you, you can change. You can revise the experience so that it never happened, like a time traveler. That's the kind of power we're tapping into. And in many cases, people are not accessing that power because they're wallowing in their own self-pity and their victim mentalities. Makes me think of people like Frida Kahlo, who channeled her physical and emotional pain into creating stunning works of art, or Nick Vujicic, who was born without limbs, but has become a renowned motivational speaker, author, and advocate for the power of resilience and faith. There's many people that have found success no matter what their circumstance, have come to grow and accept it, and have been empowered by it, and have taken responsibility for their reality. Sometimes you simply have to say, I take responsibility that this terrible thing happened. I don't know why. I embrace that I allowed for this thing to happen on a pre-incarnational level. I chose to have these difficulties. I chose to have these frustrations, to have these experiences, because they would be catalysts that will push me to a higher level of spiritual awareness. Quo is always talking to us in their channelings that we plan out many events before we enter into this life. We can take responsibility for those as well. If you have something that just seems so terrible that happened to you, you chose it. You chose it in a pre-incarnational level. Before you chose this life, you chose to experience these things. And oftentimes there's a bigger picture to what's going on. You could have gone through the worst possible trauma, but you may have chosen that trauma before you choose to live this life, because it would lead you to where you're at now and to even better things and realizations. The paths that we are on are mysterious. But the one thing I can tell you is if you can take responsibility for your reality, you can do whatever you want to change it. You begin to access your true power. In this episode, we've explored the transformative power of taking responsibility. We've examined the importance of bracing and personal accountability, the metaphysical foundations of reality creation, and practical tools and strategies for overcoming limiting beliefs, cultivating empowering relationships, and achieving success in all areas of life. Taking responsibility is the key to unlocking your personal power and creating the life you desire. Your thoughts, beliefs, and imagination have a profound impact on your experiences and outcomes. And by identifying and replacing these beliefs with empowering ones, you can transform your relationships, your career, your finances, and your well-being. As you go forward with this realization, be kind and compassionate to yourself. Celebrate your progress. Surround yourself with people and resources that support your highest good. Trust in your inherent wisdom and resilience, and know that every step you take towards greater responsibility and self-mastery is a step towards a brighter, more empowered future. The path to reality creation is not always easy, but it is infinitely rewarding. By taking responsibility for your reality, you reclaim your power, your purpose, and your potential. You become the creator of your own destiny and a beacon of hope and inspiration for others. There's some very easy affirmations that you can say to yourself that align with this episode. You can say, I am the creator of my own reality. I have the power to shape my life through my thoughts, beliefs, and actions. I take full responsibility for my life. I acknowledge my role in creating my experiences and embrace the opportunity to learn and grow. I release the need to blame others or external circumstances for my challenges. I choose to focus on what I can control and change within myself. If you can say these things to yourself on a regular basis, something wonderful will happen for you. When you have this power and you have access to it, you're not blocking it by pushing your power away to others and giving it to others, then amazing things become available for you. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. And welcome to The Reality Revolution.